Stories are an important part of our Black communities. Sometimes Black individuals have a story that made them realize they could be treated differently just because of the color of their skin. In this video, you are going to hear from two African American college students as they share their stories of realization.
The moment I realized that my skin color mattered was when I was in elementary school and I attended a school that was very diverse, but we were also taught to watch like movies such as the Ruby Bridges movie, which was a main movie that we watched young as children in elementary and learn about Martin Luther King, but mainly the Ruby Bridges movie because it's about a girl who went to an all-white school and was discriminated against because she went to an all-white school. So that later showed me like, okay, my skin color matters. Like we do deserve an education as far as when it comes to school, and also in general, overall, like everyone should be treated equally, even though she didn't get treated equally. But it showed me a lot, and it made me think a lot on certain things, and allowed me to notice that we can do things that other people are doing regardless of our skin color.
Jaya's story made her realize that not only she could be treated differently because of her skin color, but that everybody should be treated equally no matter what their ethnic background may be. Next, you're going to hear from a student who was involved in a personal incident that later became their realization story.
I realized that I could be treated differently because of my skin tone in, I would say, middle school, 6th grade. I'd say that's kind of late for a lot of people. But as far as I remember, the interaction was like maybe the first or second day of class, first time in middle school, meeting a bunch of new people, and I started having a conversation with some kid on the other side of the class. And I don't know how we got on the topic, but he said something about me being Black, and that meaning something really ignorant. I don't really remember what it was, but I was so confused by that statement because I'd never experienced or like explicitly experienced that type of, yeah, I'll go with judgment. That type of like judgment or people thinking that that's who I was because of my skin. So I asked, like, what does me being Black have to do with anything? And it just kept escalating and escalating. And I think that was the first time that I realized people saw me differently for the fact that I was Black. And I think it was the first time I realized that me being Black made me different than anybody else. That's also the year that Trayvon Martin got shot, which was also a new realization because I lived such a sheltered life that me being Black also meant that my life was in danger. What I did was always going to be seen as something that was wrong, or it could be seen as anything that I did could be taken as an act of violence or a crime or just wrong. I think it was a really surprising thing to have. It made me feel a lot of confusion, a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness toward people, not white people, but like people who thought like that about anybody, because nobody deserves to be treated like that regardless of what they look like. So yeah, I guess that's my story.
Both Jai and Mur's stories share a common struggle. They are a part of a Black community that is suffering through discrimination and racism. But both of their stories also share a common goal, that humans should strive to provide equality no matter what their race may be. For Com 101, I'm William Lott.